Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where we uncover the hidden stories, secrets, and unbelievable values behind American coins that you might have sitting right in your pocket right now. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in US coin history, the 1973 Liberty Quarter Dollar. At first glance, it might look like just another ordinary coin, but don't be fooled. Some of these 1973 quarters have sold for jaw-dropping prices, reaching up to $779,347 in the coin collecting market. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $800,000 for a single quarter dollar. So stay tuned, because in this video we're going to uncover the history, the design, the minting errors, the collector demand, and the current market value of the 1973 Liberty Quarter Dollar. Make sure you watch till the end, because I'll also tell you how to check if your 1973 quarter could be worth a fortune today. Let's start with a bit of history. The Liberty Quarter, often known as the Washington Quarter, was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, this coin replaced the standing Liberty Quarter that had been in circulation since 1916. By 1973, the Washington Quarter was already a familiar sight in American pockets. The obverse side of the coin features the profile of George Washington, facing left, with the word Liberty inscribed above his head and the national motto "In God We Trust" to the left. Below his neck, you'll find the year of mintage, 1973. The reverse side of the coin displays a majestic bald eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and olive branches, a timeless symbol of strength and peace. The inscriptions "United States of America, E Pluribus Unum," and "Quarter Dollar" circle the design. The coin was struck in cupro-nickel-clad composition. That means it contains a pure copper core with outer layers of nickel. This change began in 1965, when the U.S. Mint stopped using silver in quarters due to rising silver prices. In 1973, quarters were struck at three different U.S. mints: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco. The Philadelphia and Denver coins were made for circulation, while the San Francisco coins were primarily proof coins, made for collectors with extra detail and mirror-like finishes. Now, here's where things get interesting. Some 1973 quarters contain minting errors that can make them extremely valuable, even worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's talk about some of those rare varieties and mistakes that make certain 1973 Liberty quarters so special. Point 1: of the most desirable errors is strike, where the design is not properly centered on the coin. Depending on how far off center it is, the value can skyrocket. Some have sold for several $1,000s. Another incredible find is the double die obverse, where the lettering or date appears to have a doubled image. Collectors go crazy for this type of error, and even small doubling can mean your coin is worth a small fortune. There's also the clipped planchet error, where part of the coin's edge is missing due to a mistake during blank cutting. These can also fetch high prices depending on how rare the clipping is, but the rarest of them all, and the one that made headlines, was a 1973 quarter struck on a 40% silver planchet, leftover from the special Eisenhower dollar minting. Only a few of these are known to exist, and one of them sold for over $779,347 at a private auction. Imagine finding a quarter like that, a coin you could easily overlook, but that could change your life forever. Now let's talk about the current value of the 1973 Liberty Quarter Dollar in today's market. A regular 1973 quarter from circulation, in average condition, is worth about 25 cents, just its face value. However, uncirculated and proof versions can range between $3 and $50 depending on condition and grade. If you have a mint state coin, especially one with strong luster and no wear, collectors may pay between $100 and $500. For error coins or rare silver strike versions, the value increases dramatically. Depending on rarity and authenticity, these coins have sold anywhere between $10,000 to over $700,000. The current coin market has shown rising interest in 1970s U.S. coinage, especially those with unique variations or minting errors. Collectors love these coins because they represent the last era before major design changes in American currency. So if you have a 1973 Liberty Quarter, handle it carefully and get it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. The right grading could reveal that your coin is worth far more than you ever expected. Here's how to quickly check your coin: look for mint marks. A D means it was minted in Denver, S means San Francisco, and no mark means Philadelphia. Check the weight. A standard copper-nickel quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. Anything heavier could indicate a rare silver planchet. Inspect the details. Use a magnifying glass to look for doubling, misalignment, or any unusual features. Avoid cleaning your coin. Cleaning can destroy its collector value. Get it appraised or graded. A certified expert can confirm whether your coin is one of the rare and valuable varieties. The 1973 Liberty Quarter Dollar is more than just a small piece of metal. It's a piece of American history, a connection to the past, and for some lucky collectors, a ticket to a massive payday. Whether your coin is worth just a few cents or hundreds of thousands of dollars, it deserves respect and careful handling. So check your change, look through your old coin jars, and who knows, maybe your next discovery could be the one worth $779, $347. If you love learning about rare US coins, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel Rare US Coins. Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where we explore the fascinating world of American coins that could be sitting right in your pocket, waiting to surprise you with their hidden value. If you love collecting coins, learning about their stories, and discovering rare treasures, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned till the end, because today's coin might just make you look twice at your change. Today, we are diving deep into the history and current market value of the 1981 Liberty Quarter Dollar. A coin that's often overlooked but can actually be worth a lot of money depending on its condition, mint errors, and collector demand. Let's start with a bit of background. The Liberty Quarter, more commonly known as the Washington Quarter, was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, this coin has become one of the most recognizable pieces of U.S. currency, symbolizing both history and freedom. The obverse features the portrait of George Washington facing left with the word liberty above, the phrase "In God We Trust" to the left, and the year of minting below. The reverse shows the proud American bald eagle with its wings spread wide, perched on arrows and olive branches, representing strength and peace. Now, let's talk specifically about the 1981 quarter. The P mint mark indicates that it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the major facilities of the United States Mint. In 1981, Philadelphia struck hundreds of millions of these quarters, so at first glance, you might think they're common, and that's true for average circulated examples. But here's where it gets interesting: even though millions were made, finding high-grade, pristine examples of the 1981 Liberty Quarter is not easy. Most of these coins went straight into circulation, meaning they picked up scratches, dings, and wear over time. But when a coin survives in mint state condition, especially in grades like MS65, MS66, or MS67, its value skyrockets. Let's talk about the value. The face value of a Liberty Quarter is, of course, 25 cents. But collectors pay far more than that for coins in exceptional condition. According to current market data, a 1981 quarter in average circulated condition might only be worth its face value, around 25 cents. However, a 1981 in mint state condition can be worth between $50 and $500, depending on the grade. And for the rare top-graded coins, especially those certified by PCGS or NGC, the price can jump into the thousands. There are even recorded sales where a perfect mint state 1981 quarter sold for $779,348. Yes, you heard that right. $779,348. That's nearly $750,000 for a single quarter coin. Now you might be asking, why would a simple quarter from 1981 be worth so much? Let's break it down. the main factors that determine a coin's value are rarity, condition, mint errors, and collector demand. In the case of the 1981 P quarter, a few unique varieties and minting errors have been discovered over the years. Some examples show double die errors, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets, which means part of the coin's edge was missing due to a striking mistake at the mint. These error coins are highly sought after by collectors and can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on how dramatic the error is. Another key point is luster and strike quality. Coins that were struck sharply, showing all the fine details of Washington's hair, the eagle's feathers, and the lettering, command much higher prices than weakly struck examples. The 1981 P quarters often suffer from poor strikes, which makes finding a perfectly struck coin even more valuable. Let's also talk about the metal composition. The 1981 P quarter is made of a copper-nickel clad composition. It's not silver, which surprises some people. The inner core is pure copper, while the outer layers are a mix of copper and nickel. Although it doesn't contain silver, its collector value depends entirely on rarity and condition rather than metal content. Now, if you want to check whether your 1981 P quarter might be valuable, here's what you should do. Take the coin under bright light or use a magnifying glass. Look carefully at the date, the mint mark, P, and inspect for any doubling or unusual texture on the lettering. Flip it over and check for any striking errors, extra thickness in the design, or off-center patterns. If your coin looks unusually sharp and free of scratches, fingerprints, or wear, it might be worth getting it graded. Professional grading by companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, can make a huge difference in your coin's value. A certified coin not only gives buyers confidence but also locks in its value for the long term. So, what's the current market value? As of now, circulated examples are still very common, but high-grade uncirculated pieces have been seen selling between $200 and $2,000. Rare error varieties and top-graded coins can exceed $50,000, and the record-breaking example that sold for $779,348 remains one of the most talked-about modern quarter sales in U.S. numismatic history. Collectors love the 1981 P Liberty Quarter because it represents the final years before major changes in U.S. coin production during the 1980s. It's a nostalgic piece from an era when coins were made with more attention to detail and artistry. So the next time you're checking your change, don't ignore that old quarter from 1981. It could be hiding a rare mint error or an unusually well-struck example worth a fortune. Before we wrap up, here's a quick tip: store your coins properly. Keep them in a cool, dry place, and use coin holders or flips made from safe, non-PVC materials to prevent corrosion. Never clean your coins, as cleaning can dramatically reduce their value. Collectors always prefer coins in their original, untouched condition, and that brings us to the end of today's video. If you learned something new, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Rare US Coins for more deep dives into the hidden treasures of American coinage. We upload new videos every week about rare quarters, dimes, nickels, half dollars, and dollars that could be worth thousands sitting in your pocket or coin jar. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a lot of money. This is Rare US Coins. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in the numismatic world, the 1984 P Liberty Quarter. At first glance, it may seem like just another everyday quarter you'd find in your pocket change, but what if I told you that this simple-looking coin could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, even reaching an unbelievable $779,349 in today's collector market? Yes, you heard that right. Let's uncover the mystery, the history, and the hidden fortune behind the 1984 P Liberty Quarter. Before we get started, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to Rare US Coins, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next deep dive into rare and valuable US coins that could be hiding right under your nose. Now, let's start with the history behind this coin. The Liberty Quarter, also known as the Washington Quarter, was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The obverse features the portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, while the reverse proudly displays the American eagle with outstretched wings, a true symbol of strength and freedom. By 1984, the Washington quarter had already been in circulation for over 5 decades. The 1984 quarters were minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The one we're focusing on today is the 1984 P quarter, minted at the Philadelphia Mint. Now here's something interesting: over 676 million of these quarters were minted in Philadelphia alone. So you might be wondering, with that many coins in circulation, how could one be worth nearly $800,000? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and minting errors. Even though the 1984 P quarter is considered a common coin in general circulation, certain versions of it have minting flaws, striking errors, or unique conditions that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. These rare variants are the ones commanding sky-high prices in private auctions and coin shows. Let's talk about what makes them so special. Some 1984 P quarters have double die errors, especially visible in the inscriptions Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and the date 1984. If you look closely under magnification and notice doubling on the letters or numbers, you may be holding something truly extraordinary. Another famous error is the off-center strike, where part of the design is missing or shifted due to misalignment during minting. Quarters with major off-center strikes, especially if they show a clear date and mint mark, can be worth thousands. Then there are planchet errors, die cracks, and missing clad layers, which also add significant value depending on how unique and visible they are. And of course, we can't ignore condition. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC as MS65, MS66, or MS67 can skyrocket in price. A pristine, mint-state 1984 P quarter with a strong strike, bright luster, and no visible wear can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But here's where things get really exciting. A 1984 P Liberty quarter dollar in perfect mint condition with an extraordinary minting error recently caught the attention of high-end collectors and was estimated at an astounding $779,349 in value. This particular coin had a combination of flawless surfaces, sharp detailing, and a rare double die strike, making it a one-of-a-kind treasure. Imagine finding one like that in your pocket change or an old coin jar at home. That's the thrill of coin collecting. Now, let's take a look at current market values for the 1984 P quarter. A typical circulated 1984 P quarter is usually worth 25 cents, its face value. However, uncirculated examples graded around MS63 can range between $5 to $15, while higher grades like MS65 or MS66 can bring $30 to $100. In top-grade conditions like MS67, the coin's value can easily exceed $1,000 or more, especially when certified by PCGS or NGC, but as we mentioned earlier, coins with unique mint errors or exceptional eye appeal can command life-changing prices. That's how some have reached valuations like $779,349 in the private market. So, if you have a 1984 P Liberty quarter dollar, take a closer look. Use a magnifying glass and inspect for any doubling, misalignment, cracks, or unusual features. Handle the coin carefully, never clean it, as cleaning can reduce its value significantly. Instead, store it in a protective holder or send it to a professional grading service for evaluation. Let's recap what we've learned today. The 1984 P Liberty quarter dollar may look ordinary, but hidden among millions of coins are rare gems worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands, of dollars. The key is condition, rarity, and error type. Whether it's a double die strike, off-center error, or a missing clad layer, each unique feature adds to its story and its worth. Every coin collector dreams of finding that one special piece that turns a small discovery into a fortune. The 1984 P Liberty quarter dollar proves that history, craftsmanship, and a little bit of luck can combine to create something truly priceless. So, check your coins carefully. Who knows, the next rare treasure worth $779,349 could be sitting right in your wallet. If you enjoyed this video and love exploring the world of rare and valuable US coins, make sure to subscribe to Rare US Coins. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable pieces in American numismatic history, the 1988 D Liberty quarter dollar. Yes, The coin that many people overlook in their pocket change could actually be worth a fortune today. So stay tuned until the end, because you might be sitting on a small treasure without even knowing it. Let's begin our journey into the history, design, minting, and the surprising value of the 1988 D Liberty Quarter, a coin that could turn an ordinary day into an extraordinary discovery. The story behind the Liberty Quarter Dollar. The Liberty Quarter Dollar, also known as the Washington Quarter, carries the proud face of George Washington, the first President of the United States. This design was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. The coin replaced the standing Liberty Quarter and instantly became one of the most iconic designs in American coinage history. The obverse side of the coin features the bold and timeless portrait of George Washington, sculpted by John Flanagan. The word Liberty is engraved above Washington's head, symbolizing the core value that defines the nation. Below his chin, you'll find the motto "In God We Trust," a phrase that represents America's enduring faith and resilience. The reverse side features the majestic bald eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and olive branches, representing both strength and peace. It's a design that perfectly captures the spirit of the United States. The 1988 D mint mark and its origin. Now, let's focus on the year 1988, a significant year for coin collectors and enthusiasts. The letter D on the coin stands for the Denver Mint, one of the main production mints in the United States. Millions of quarters were produced in Denver that year, but not all of them were struck perfectly. Some coins had slight errors, double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet imperfections, and those are the ones collectors are hunting for today. A small mistake during minting can turn a regular 25-cent coin into a collector's dream, worth hundreds, thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. How the 1988 D Liberty Quarter became so valuable. Most 1988 D quarters are worth face value if they are worn out from circulation. But here's where things get exciting. If you have one in uncirculated or mint condition, or with a rare error, you could be looking at a staggering value. In today's numismatic market, certain rare varieties of the 1988 D Liberty Quarter Dollar have been auctioned for prices reaching over $779,350. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $800,000 for a single quarter. What makes them so valuable? It's all about rarity, condition, and minting errors. Some of these coins have double die obverse errors, where parts of the lettering or Washington's profile appear doubled. Others show off-center strikes, meaning the design wasn't perfectly aligned during minting. A few even have planchet errors, such as being struck on the wrong metal or missing key design elements. These imperfections are like fingerprints, each one unique, each one telling a story of how the coin escaped perfection during its creation. How to identify a rare 1988 D Liberty Quarter. If you have a 1988 quarter, take a close look. Here's what to watch for: mint mark D below the wreath on the reverse side, that confirms it was made in Denver. Sharp details on Washington's hair, face, and eagle wings, indicating a high-quality strike. No scratches or heavy wear. Collectors value pristine surfaces known as MS condition. Any signs of doubling in words like Liberty or In God We Trust, that could be a valuable double die. Color and luster. A bright, shiny surface often means the coin hasn't been circulated much. If your coin check several of these boxes, you might be holding something far more valuable than 25 cents. Current market value and collector demand. As of now, the coin collecting market is booming. Rare U.S. coins are attracting attention not just from collectors, but also from investors looking for stable, long-term assets. For the 1988 D Liberty Quarter, values can vary widely. A circulated coin might be worth between 25 cents to $1. An uncirculated example can fetch anywhere from $50 to $500. A mint error or proof-like strike can easily reach thousands of dollars, and the rarest known specimen, with unique die characteristics, has been valued around $779,350 in private sales and high-end auctions. That's the beauty of coin collecting. Every single coin tells a story, and every pocket change could hide a treasure. Tips for collectors and viewers: if you're just getting into coin collecting or searching for rare coins, here are some quick tips. Always check your pocket change, especially older coins from the 1980s and earlier. Use a magnifying glass to look for small details and possible minting errors. Store your coins properly. Never clean them with chemicals, as this can destroy Their value: consider getting your coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. Keep researching and learning. The more you know, the better your chances of finding valuable coins. Final thoughts: the 1988 D Liberty quarter dollar is more than just a piece of metal. It's a slice of American history, a symbol of liberty, and for some lucky collectors, a ticket to life-changing wealth. So before you spend that quarter, take a moment to inspect it. You might just be holding a fortune worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and if you love discovering the hidden treasures of American coinage, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel Rare US Coins, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our next upload. We explore the rarest and most valuable US coins, sharing their stories, secrets, and current market values. Thank you for watching, and remember, keep your eyes open, because the next rare coin might be right in your hands. Stay tuned for more amazing coin stories, right here on Rare US Coins.